Hello survivalists, this is Roland from the 7 Days to Die forums, and I'm here today to do a first day tutorial for those people who are brand new to this wonderful game. So what you can see me doing right now is punching grass in my very first spawning area and picking up cotton. Two very important things to do to begin with. I kind of got a cold start here, so I'm going to be making some clothing. Here's my crafting list right here, and the next screen over shows my character, and as you can see I'm naked and I'm being rained on, so I'm absolutely freezing. I need to make some clothing, and you can do that with plant fibers. Just select the plant fibers, press recipes, and it shows you a list of what you can make, and I'm going to make some pants. And then I'll probably gather some more fibers to make a shirt as well. But I can select those, press wear, and now you can see that they are on my character, and those are going to give me a little bit more warmth. This is the map screen. You can see that this is my first little area that's showing, and as you move around, more of the map will become uncovered. And this is my skill screen with different skills you can rank up in and also purchase using points. And this last screen here is the multiplayer screen, which we're not going to look at today. So the first area that you spawn in is always a safe zone if you're lucky. Now if you actually end up spawning near a house or a town, then you're going to get zombies in your first area. But I'm out in the wilderness here, so I'm pretty safe, and I'm just going to use the time to gather the things that I need for my first tool, and that's the stone axe. It requires 2 stones, which I just got, and some fibers, which I have, and then a couple pieces of wood. And you can get wood by either punching trees or picking azaleas. So now that I have the materials that I need, I'm going to come over here and select stone axe, press craft, and get that going. Now the little message there says I'm suffering from hypothermia. I'm pretty cold, so I do need to take care of that. I'm going to see if I can craft myself a shirt, and then I'll work on getting a campfire going. Depending on where you spawn, doing a campfire may or may not be necessary. It's looking like I need one, so that's what I'm going to do here. This boulder here that I'm going to crack open is going to give me 2 things, rocks and iron fragments. And the rocks are important because I need them for both arrows and also for making my campfire here in a moment. And the iron fragments are important because I can scrap those and use the scrap iron to make my first melee weapon. Alright, so get that campfire going. Put my shirt on. Combination of those things should be enough to warm me up and keep me from freezing to death. So you can see it's not anything that you have to take care of super fast. You know, I've been calmly going around getting the supplies that I need to get myself warmed up, and so you don't have to panic or anything. You're not going to freeze in seconds, even though your character will sound like he's absolutely freezing. Alright, so I skipped ahead to the end of chopping this tree down and getting warm, and I'm going to go ahead and craft another important first day weapon, which is the bow. And I'm going to scrap these iron fragments here. And as soon as those scrap, I'll be able to make an iron reinforced club. So far I've made a stone axe, a bow, and now I'm going to make this club. And then of course I'm going to need to look around for nests in order to get feathers so that I can make arrows to go along with my bow. I like to place the bow and the club right next to each other on my tool belt because I like using a combination of them when I'm fighting zombies. Alright, so I got warm, looked around, I found some nests, got some feathers, and so I'm going to craft some arrows here. And continue as you kind of move around. You're wanting to look for stones, for arrows, and cotton is important to get. I'm going to use the cotton tonight in my first shelter to make a sleeping bag. And once you place a sleeping bag, it creates a spawn point so that you don't spawn randomly in the map. So that's another first night thing you definitely want to do is get yourself a sleeping bag crafted, and you can do that from cloth, and you can get cloth from these cotton plants. Okay, another really important first day item is the bone shiv. And so what I'm going to do is take down this deer, and once I take him down, I'll harvest his body and get bones, which I can then change to a bone shiv. Bone shiv is really important. First of all, it's your first bladed weapon, which is also a nice thing to have on your tool belt. And secondly, you can use it to harvest animals, because usually on day 2, a great day 2 goal is to get your forge going. And to get your forge going, you have to have hides. And as you'll see here in just a moment, you can't get hides from using a stone axe. So what happened is the deer glitched out. It happens when you kill him on slopes. It's a known bug. And so I backed away a little bit and then saw where it was and then kind of pinpointed. So you're just going to have to imagine that the body of the deer is here, and I'm whacking it with my club. So as I told you, this club is a great, all-around first day tool, but it's a horrible tool for harvesting animals. Okay, I've only gotten one piece of meat so far. I might get another. But the meat's not so important as getting the bones. And usually you get those on the very final hit. There we go. So I got 4 bones. That's awesome. So I'm going to turn one of them into by selecting it, pressing recipe, turn it into a bone shiv, and just place that on my tool belt as well. Now if I'm able to kill an animal, a deer or a boar, I can harvest it using the bone shiv, and I'll get hides and lots more meat. And that will help me in creating my forge. And the game really doesn't take off until you have a forge. Okay, so you can see off in the distance there a house. That's going to be my shelter for the night. And what happens is that shelters are usually guarded by several zombies, and you just have to clear them out in order to be able to have a peaceful night in your shelter. So I'm working on killing this guy. I will say that if you are brand new to 7 Days to Die, it is usually a good idea to do your very first game with zombies disabled. Just turn them off, and that way you can go through this process of crafting and getting your stuff together for that first day without having to worry about the survival aspect with zombies. But if you play with them, this is just one of those things you have to do, is clear them out from the shelter that you're going to use for the night. Usually a good idea to loot their bodies when you have a little breathing moment. These guys are hard to hit on uneven ground. You can also adjust the difficulty if you do want to play the zombies, but you don't want it to take quite so many arrows to kill them. You can scale it down to a lower level, and then usually it's just 1 or 2 arrows to kill. Now I just got stunned, but it's not a big deal. You get frozen as far as your feet. You can't back away, but you can still, fire arrows off, and you can switch to your club and bash with your club, and you just gotta stay calm. And a lot of times the zombies get stunned as well, and you're able to kind of live through it. Alright, so I went ahead and I cleared the entire area, and here I am at my shelter, and I'm going to take out this door first of all to get inside, but also because zombies love doors. So if I do happen to get a random horde tonight, I don't want them coming up and being attracted to this door. So you can hear the music. It just turned to night, but I'm not too worried because I cleared the area really well. One of the things I crafted off camera was these wood frames, and they are also just a fantastic tool to use. I'm going to use them to block this doorway. The nice thing about them is you can pick them up again after you've placed them, so you don't have to destroy them. So they're really nice. And then one of the first things I will do tonight, as soon as I get in, is I will change all that cotton into cloth. I might also hit some drapes to get some more cloth, or the couches, and craft myself a sleeping bag. So that's basically what you want to get done your first day. A stone axe, clothing, club, bow and arrow, bone shiv, and shelter with a sleeping bag. Hope that helps, and I hope you're successful in your very first day in 7 Days to Die.